How's it going, folks? Welcome back to Dave's Garage, and this is episode 3 of Forza Customs. Most Miata fans will likely have heard about the legendary monster Miata. First conceived in 1991, some masterful engineering led to the fitment of a small block Ford V8 and a Borg-Warner T5 transmission into a tiny little Mazda MX-5 Miata. For today's customer, we'll be building our own version of the monster Miata in this sleek 1994 MX-5 hardtop. Before we move on, if you'd like to check out our demonstration of this car in its bone stock configuration so that you can get a greater appreciation of this project when it's finally complete, the link to that video is in the description below. To first begin our project, we'll need a donor engine. We were able to source a 6.2-liter LS V8. While this is considerably larger in displacement than the original monster Miata, the low profile of the GM overhead valve design allowed us to squeeze it into the engine bay with some tweaks to the frame. The stock exhaust will of course not work with our new V8, and since the Miata never had a V8 option, we had to fabricate our own custom exhaust system. As the owner lives out of country the majority of the year, he needs it to pass emissions laws, so we had to make use of some high-flow cats. I had a feeling we could still manage to milk a few extra horses out of all this, so with a custom tune here in the house, we brought it up to a maximum of 429 horsepower. The stock 5-speed transmission also fails to mate with our new V8, plus it would likely never handle the torque, so we found another 5-speed which also happens to have better gearing since we'll be achieving higher top speeds than this car could have from the factory. We also fit a super lightweight flywheel, triple plate racing clutch, and a lightweight aluminum drive shaft while installing the new drivetrain into the car. The owner had some special requests for us. He wanted these sexy DeviLS RE wheels, this taller aftermarket spoiler from Racing Beat, and the new paint job, but we'll save that for last in case anyone gets careless with a wrench. For suspension, we equipped the car with new shocks and coilovers which dropped the ride height by a little, some hollow front and rear anti-roll bars, added strut tower braces to the front and rear, as well as a lower subframe bar for some much needed additional stability. For weight reduction, things ended up staying about neutral. We were limited in what we could take out as the owner lives in a hot country and wants to keep the creature comforts such as AC. We were able to remove about 46 pounds, however the car's new power plant is so much heavier it shifted enough weight to the front to upset the balance considerably. We installed a 60-pound ballast in the rear which significantly improved car control on our test track. With all this new power and weight, we needed much bigger brakes, so we installed all new rotors, calipers, pads, and lines. Naturally, we needed as much rubber as could possibly fit onto the car at this point, so we upgraded the stock 185s to 235s on the front and 265s on the rear. We used the stickiest street-legal tires to help with grip. Now let's hit the paint shop for the owner's final request, and then discuss the summary as we do a walk-around. In summary, we gained a massive 301 horsepower, a whopping 319 pound-feet of torque. Now we did gain 203 pounds, however this is actually less than if you were to just have me sit in your car. With the use of that small 60-pound ballast, we managed to maintain that same awesome 5149 weight distribution that it had from the factory. Rather than show you footage from our time at our favorite test track, we'll show you a couple of laps the owner sent us from his recent visit to Kyalami. Thanks for watching, folks. If you'd like to see the owner of the car racing it on track against others, let us know in the comments below. Until next time, stay classy.